The difference between a scalar quantity and a vector quantity is direction. Scalar quantities just involve magnitude. Vector quantities involve magnitude and direction. In other words, scalar is how much and vector is how much and in which way. Time, for example, does not have a direction. There is no such thing as 6 p.m. left. So it is a scalar quantity. Force needs to be applied in some direction, so it would be an example of a vector quantity.
If Landon walks across the front of the amphitheater, and we approximate each of his steps to be 1 meter, and he takes 17 steps, that means he would have obviously walked a distance of 17 meters. Let's try another example. Let's say that both Andrea and Landon walk 5 steps forward. Even though their distances were both 5 meters, their displacements are different because they're walking in different directions. Andrea walked 5 meters to the right, and Landon walked 5 meters to the left. So Andrea's displacement, which is a vector quantity of distance, needs a direction, and so we would say that she walked 5 meters to the right, whereas Landon, his displacement was 5 meters to the left. Let's do another example. Let's say that Landon runs up these flight of stairs. We calculated the distance roughly, and it's estimated to be about 20 meters. His displacement would be 20 meters in the direction of up towards the top of the stairs. In this next example, Andrea runs up the same flight of stairs. When she gets to the top, she continues to run down to the bottom of the stairs. If the distance for one flight of stairs was approximately 20 meters one way, that means for both ways down, it would actually be 20 plus 20 meters, which is 40 meters. Her displacement, however, which is actually the same symbol with just a little arrow over on the top of it, would be 0. This is because she ended up in the same place from where she started from.
If we were to measure the rate at which an object moves, we would be measuring the speed. Speed is a scalar quantity because it is the measure of a scalar quantity, distance, over time. The vector version of speed is called velocity. Because it is a vector quantity, it has to be the measure of a vector quantity, namely displacement over time. The two formulas are below.
Let's go back to the example with Landon running up the stairs. If we time how long he took to run those 20 meters, it took about 6 seconds. Knowing that speed is distance over time, we know that his speed was about 3.3 meters per second. Now let's do the example with Andrea, who ran up the stairs and back down. If we time how long it took her to go up and down the stairs, she took about 15 seconds. So her speed, with her distance of 40 meters over 15 seconds, gives us a speed of 2.7 meters per second. Her velocity, which is the displacement over time, remember if the displacement was 0 and doesn't matter how many seconds she was running for, her velocity is actually 0.
So in review, the difference between scalar and vector is that scalar includes magnitude, where vector is magnitude and direction. Some examples for scalar are time, distance, and speed. Some example for vector is force, displacement, and velocity. Remember that speed is equal to distance over time, and velocity is equal to displacement over time. Thanks for joining us as we learned more about scalar and vector quantities. We hope you had an exceedingly good time. Bye-bye.